I'm going to do a review of Inconvenient Facts by Gregory Wrightstone. This is an easy book to review, and I will keep it very simple. It's great, read it. The book presents 60 facts on climate and geological science, which call into question the climate change apocalypse narrative. In my view, it destroys the narrative and it exposes the climate change con job. I should say, though, that I was already a Holocaust denier, a climate change denier, when I started reading this book. However, even as someone who has read literature which exposes the climate change lie prior to reading this, I was actually shocked by the vast quantity of data, which would, at the very least, cast serious doubt on the assertions of the climate doom, we're all going to die in 12 years, fearmongers. All the facts mentioned in this book are backed up with stats, graphs, data, analysis, and science of a quality that it contrasts extremely sharply with the shitty science you'll get from the IPCC or whatever report the media is peddling on any given day. The writing style is good. It's straightforward, it's direct, it's clear, and it's an unpretentious writing style. It's not brilliant, it's not particularly impressive, but that's exactly the point. The writer is playing to his strengths. He's a geologist, he's used to writing, reports and scientific papers and things like that. So he's just keeping it simple. He's keeping it clear and direct. He's not trying to write in a Baroque, beautiful flowing style, which is good because it is absolutely terrible when writers who can't do that attempt it, especially when they're talking about things like science or archaeology or something. It just becomes unreadable. This is great because it's clear and easy to read. It's very well structured, and that's part of the good writing style, the clear, easy to understand writing style, the clear structure. A fact is mentioned, and then it is thoroughly explained, and then the next fact is mentioned. The facts are arranged according to topic within climate and geological science. So it's clear and it's easy to follow. I learned a lot of new things related to science and geology. So even if you're not interested in the political debate around climate change, it's at least a good idea to read this book just to learn some of the science and to expand your knowledge of science and geology and climate and history. Knowing the science in this book will, at the very least, bring you well above the level of the blue-haired, pop science spouting sociology major when you are attending your next Pronouns Day event. The author makes the correct decision not to get involved in the politics of climate change in this book. He just sticks to the data and to the science. He doesn't bother with the politics of it. He is aware that climate science has been politicized, and he occasionally offers brief comments about it, but he doesn't go into detail as to the political motivations of the climate left or the vast, utterly corrupt infrastructure that they inhabit. This is important because it allows the book to maintain focus. That's very difficult to do on a topic like climate change, which has been completely besmirched and infilthed by the most poisonous politics in recent memory, prior, of course, to the arrival on the scene of Ronnie V. the 19th. The book is not long. It's in an audiobook format. It lasts about 6 hours, so you can get through it pretty quick, and it is well worth your time. The only criticism I have of it is that it is incredibly information heavy. It's just an avalanche of data, which can be overwhelming at times. But I suppose that's the point of the book, to show the reader that the climate change left has swept more shit under the rug than the record high polar bear population can produce in a year. I am declaring this book a must read, not necessarily because it's a particularly enjoyable read. I wouldn't want to read it again. I would much rather read God Emperor of Dune by Frank Herbert or something. Or just even a trashy sci-fi novel, but whatever. Just read it so you can stop worrying about all this climate change apocalypse bullshit and get on with enjoying your life.